Hey guys, Magic Master here, and today I'm going to be showing you a trick where you're able to spell out the spectator's card and it appears. But before I get into that, I told you guys what I'm going to do with the Minecraft Survival series in a video I just uploaded a couple of days ago, so go watch that if you're curious if I'm going to continue that or not, and also go subscribe to all the links I have in the description. Without further ado, let's get into the performance. So, I could have the spectator shuffle the deck. I'll just give it a shuffle here. Just like that. Alrighty. So now, I would have the spectator pick any card. Let's just say they wanted that one right there. Alright, go ahead and memorize it. I'm not looking. Let me know when you're done. Alright. Well, I guess you can't let me know when you're done because you're not there, but I hope you have it memorized by now. Okay, so now I'm going to make 3 piles roughly equal size here, and I'd have the spectator place their card on any one of the piles. So let's just say they wanted to place it on that pile right there. Okay, so now give all the piles a quick cut here, just to mix them up a little bit more. Just like that, and I'll just sandwich your card somewhere into the middle of the deck, just like that. So now, I'm going to be dealing out some cards here into some piles, and if you see your card, obviously don't give any reaction or anything because then I'll know it's your card, and this is really just a way of mixing up the deck, so I'm going to try to make some piles big, some piles small, and try to make this as random as possible. Okay, so now I'm just going to gather all the piles back together, just like that. So I'd say that's a pretty fair way of mixing up the deck. But believe it or not, I've actually set up the deck where I'm able to cut to your card. So that should be your card right there, right? No, that wasn't it. Oh, that's right. I set up the deck where I'm able to spell out your card. So your card was the Queen of Spades, correct? Q-U-E-E, not, no? Wasn't the Queen of Spades? Okay. Well, what was your card? 3 of Diamonds? Okay. T-H-R-E-E-O-F-D-I-A-M-O-N-D-S. Your card, the 3 of Diamonds. Alright guys, that was the trick, and let's get right into the tutorial. So this is a key card trick. I'm assuming all of you guys know what that is. If you don't, that's where you just memorize the bottom card of the deck or a certain card where you're able to, you're able to put it next to the spectator's card, so you're able to find the spectator's card. So basically, we can have the spectator shuffle the deck. And then you want to just take a quick peek at the bottom card. So in this case, it's the 8 of clubs. You can do this by just giving it a quick rotation, just like that. And now I know the card is the 8 of clubs. So then you can have them pick any card. If they do pick the bottom card, most people won't. But if they do, you just have to, well, you don't even have to rememorize the bottom card. You can just remember that card is the 8 of clubs because you already memorized it. So you know what their card is if they do pick the bottom card, but they usually won't. So they just pick any card. Let's just say they pick that one right there. You have them memorize it. You won't look. In this case, it's the 5 of spades. So just set it on top of the deck. And then, oh, sorry, never mind. I'm thinking of a different key card trick. You want to just cut the piles into roughly 3 equal piles, and you remember your key card is on the bottom of that pile right there. So then you have them placed on top of any one of the 3 piles. If they place it on either of the 2 piles that does not have your key card at the bottom, let's just say this one, you take the pile with your key card, set the key card on top of their card, and then grab the 3rd pile to sandwich their card somewhere in the middle of the deck. If it was this one right here, you would take it, go like that, and go like that. But let's say they set their card on the pile with your key card. So then you would have to give all the piles a cut and just say you're going to mix up the piles some more. But you don't want to just give that pile a cut because that would look kind of suspicious. So you start over on the left where the one they didn't place it on is, cut that one, cut this one, and by cutting this one, you now have your key card on top of their card. And then you want to sandwich the pile with their card into the middle of the deck. So you take one of the piles, then pick up that pile, pick up the other pile. So then you start dealing the cards face up and you say, all right, I'm just going to deal these cards face up into some piles here. If it's your card, obviously don't give any reaction or anything because then they'll know it's your card. And you say, this is really just a way of mixing up the deck. So I'm going to try to make this as random as possible. And you do try to make it as random as possible, except for when you find their card. So the first couple of piles, you make about 6 big maybe. And then the next one, you go until you find your key card, which was the 8 of clubs. So keep going here. And if you go like about 6 with each of these and then make this one bigger, since you're looking for your key card, that kind of looks like you're randomizing it. So now we found the 8 of clubs here. So then right away, don't hesitate, right away, just start the next pile with their card right there, and then just keep going, And I mean, some people might catch that that's their card, but other people might not see it. Doesn't really matter though, because nobody will think anything of it. So then you deal only a few cards onto there because you want to have enough cards left to spell out their card. So now I know that their card is the 5 of spades. So I spell out FIVEOFSPADES in the next pile. Now don't touch that pile anymore. You can go on to make another small one. You can take these cards, set them on top of the other piles just like that. So now when you pick up the piles, you want to make sure you get their card on top of the pile that spells out their card. So I want to get this pile on top of here. So I can start here, grab these piles here, then grab the pile with their card, set that on top of the spelled pile. So you say, okay, that's a pretty fair way of mixing up the deck. And then from here, you pretend to get the trick wrong a couple of times. So you're like, okay, but believe it or not, I've actually set up the deck where I'm able to cut to your card. And you cut somewhere really deep in the deck. So you say, is that your card right there? No. You're like, oh, that's right. I set up the deck where I'm able to spell out your card. Now, this is true, but you start spelling out the wrong card. So your card was the King of Hearts, correct? K-I-N-G. And then you ask them King of Hearts, and they'll say no. And then you take these cards, make sure you set them back on top of the deck because they're part of the spelling out of the 5 of spades. And they'll say, no. And you say, okay, well, what was your card? And they'll say 5 of spades. So you say, okay, well, let's try that. FIVEOFSPADES. And there's their card right there. All right, guys, that was the trick. Hope you liked it, and I'll see you next time.